When the Midwestern region was created, many employees in the federal civil service and other regions relocated to Benin City. It therefore became necessary to establish a government-owned, all-female secondary high school to cater for the academic needs of girls who otherwise would have attended the Queen's College Lagos or Queen's School Ibadan. Consequently, the then military governor of the Midwestern state, Brigadier Dr. S.O. Ogbemudia, founded Queen Idia College, Benin City in January 1973. Idia College was midwifed by the dynamic Commissioner of Education, Chief Tayo Agbata. It was a full-fledged one-stop school for both junior and high school education with state-of-the-art facilities. The secondary school ranged from Form 1 to Form 5, 6th to 10th grade, after which the students sat for the highly competitive ordinary level West African school certificate examinations with their counterparts all over West Africa. In addition, they also had the privilege and the option of taking the General Certificate of Education, the GCE, as a backup. O-levels is the ordinary level certificate prep students. A-levels, the advanced level certificate prep student, also known as the higher school certificate students, HSC. Successful students have the privilege and the option of either going into the university for preliminary undergraduate courses or continuing the advanced level A-levels classes in Idia College. The A-levels advanced level or the HSC higher school certificate classes was a 2-year course in Idia College, akin to the 11th and 12th grade. These additional 2 years were college preparatory. It helped to mature and prepare students for life on the campus. At the end of the 2 years, the students also took the highly competitive HSC examinations, the success of which qualified them for university admissions. These sets of Idia College students were qualified as O-levels and A-level students. The style of their school uniforms and house dresses were different to differentiate the junior girls from the senior girls. The following are pictures of the girls in their uniforms. A-level students' uniform, HSC students. HSC A-level student uniform. O-level student uniform, Fan Eyes. O-level school uniforms. An O-level student. O-level house dresses and the purple pinafore. House dresses. Greenhouse dresses and the purple with pink stripes school sweater / cardigan. Interhouse sports uniform. Arts and culture. Day school and boarding school. Idia College had both day school and boarding options. There were 7 residential dormitories that housed the O-level students and 2 cubicles that housed the A-level students. The A-level students had the responsibilities of being student leaders, viz. Senior prefect, the highest student leadership role, the assistant senior prefect, house prefects, assistant house prefects, social prefects, dining hall prefect, dining table prefects. They sat with and supervised their particular table, usually with a seating of about 10 O-levels students. The serving of food, ensured table manners and proper use and positioning of cutlery at meal times. Class prefects. They supervised each class at prep time, the beginning to the end of prep, and ensured students dismissed to the games field after the afternoon prep or retired to the dormitories after the evening prep, etc. All the house prefects and their assistants were supervised, and they reported directly to their individual house mistresses, who were automatically part of the female academic teaching staff of the school. 2 senior school students served as house prefect and assistant in the dormitories and resided with the junior school students permanently in the dormitories. Pictures of girls in the dorm. In the staff quarters. The leadership. Each dormitory had an assigned teaching female staff, as its residential house mistress. The school's senior prefect and all other prefects reported directly to the school principal or the vice principal. The O-level students had the responsibilities of being either class captains or bell ringers. The bell ringers were the student timekeepers. The class captains assisted the teachers with maintaining law and order amongst their peers without being bossy. They had the responsibility of taking down the names of noisemakers, especially when there was no teacher around, and at prep times when there was no class prefect around. Bell ringers. There was a bell ringer assigned to the classroom block. We remember Queen Constance Douye Oki. This bell ringer was usually a student of a class whose position was very strategic within the classroom blocks, such that when the bell went, it would be heard all around. This was usually a Form 4 student. It was the responsibility of this bell ringer to alert both the teachers and the students of the beginning of the new class, or maybe what you would call a change of guards. It started first with the warning bell, which would go 5 minutes before the end of one class, and the final bell right on the start of a new hour to inform the teachers and the students that the particular class time was up. By this time, the teacher for the next class will be waiting outside the class ready to board. There was another bell ringer position which was more popular. This bell ringer was an O-level student, and she had the sole responsibility of waking up the whole school every day at 5:30 a.m. the school year round. Bath and dress up time. Ringing the bell at 7:30 a.m. to let us know it was time for our morning duties, making our beds, tidying up our corners, sweeping the dormitories and the environments, cleaning the bathrooms and the toilets. At 7:30 to head for the dining hall for breakfast. At 8:15 to head to the assembly ground for assembly. At 2:45 to head for the dining hall for lunch. At 6 p.m. to head for the dining hall for dinner. At 9 p.m. lights out. There were few times when we woke up late because our bell ringer overslept. We fondly remember Queen Mary Achuzem and Queen Mary Ighoje, our founding wake-up bell ringers. Pictures of the giant school bell arcade. School laundry, inspection day, and worship. Fridays, we sent our clothes in to be laundered by the laundry staff to be returned to the dormitories on Sundays. Saturdays were inspection days. This took place at 11 a.m. Usually the tour would be by the house mistress, and on very special occasions by a top government official and entourage. Sundays were worship days. Services were conducted simultaneously for both Catholics and Anglicans, Episcopal. A Catholic priest and a reverend from the Anglican diocese were officially assigned to take these Sunday services. We fondly remember our RT Reverend Dr. Azinge, MD of the Anglican Diocese. Parent-Teacher Association and Discipline. Idia College had a very strong parent-teacher association. This association had a very strong partnership, presence, alliance, and influence in school. They did not leave the work of defining the future of their children alone to the teachers and staff. A disciplinary committee whose membership consisted of parents, teachers, and a top government official from the Department of Education was in place to deliberate and decide on codes of conduct, compliance, and consequences. We remember the founding chairman of the PTA and the school's disciplinary committee, Chief R.M.E. I. Telegbe. First Class Government Female Secondary School. The aim for founding Idia College as a first-class government female model secondary school was that it would give qualitative education to deserving female students, and it will also serve as a model to be copied by other girls' schools in the region and beyond. Idia College was birthed in January 1973 at a time when the beginning of the national academic school year in Nigeria transitioned from January to September. And so the year 1973 experienced the admission of two sets of students, a set of students with the academic year beginning in January and ending, fortunately, in June or July, and another set of students with the academic year beginning in September and ending in July of the following year. In the early years, the academic school year was made up of 3 terms, with the year rounding off with students being tested on every aspect of the curriculum or syllabus of all that they had been taught to determine their eligibility for the next class up. Almighty June. This was the promotion exams the students fondly referred to as the Almighty June. Edea College was indeed a flag-bearing state of the art school that had the confidence of state governors, senators, commissioners, high government officials, industrialists, and business entrepreneurs in Nigeria and abroad, who entrusted the education of their children and wards to this institution of high repute. Our mascot. Edea College bears the name of a heroic queen of the Benin Kingdom, Queen Edea, the mother of King Esige. The school's emblem, or mascot, is the Edea mask, a nationally adopted image of art. It is also popularly called the Festac head. The motto of the school is honesty, initiative, and determination. School principals. The founding principal was Mr. Pius Oleghe. The principals from 1973 till date, viz. Mr. Pius O. Oleghe was principal 1973 to 1974. Mrs. Marion Agbata, 1974 to 1976. Miss R.E.B. Howard, 1976 to 1982. Mrs. Taye Akinlui Ihilame, 1982 to 1983. Mrs. R.O. Maida, 1983 to 1985. Mrs. F.A. Esemota, 1985 to 1999. Mrs. E.O. Akaizabor, 1994 to 1996. Mrs. A.K. Aloha, 1996 to 1998. Mrs. Ahanoba, 1998 to 1998. Mrs. K.O. Umabi, 1998 to 2000. Mrs. E.O. Iyoha, 2000 to 2009. Mrs. O.I. Igbinovia, 2009 to 2012. Mrs. E.H. Ohbebo, 2012 till date. Principal Senior Secondary School. Mode of address. Between the year 1973 to 1976, students could wear their hair long and have their uniforms laundered by the laundry staff. There was absolutely no form of corporal punishment allowed. Older students were not allowed to punish the junior students. Edea College was strong on respect. Junior students were not allowed to address their immediate seniors by their names. All O-level students of lower class grades were mandated to address students of grades higher than they were in by adding the prefix sister before the name of the senior student. O-level students were mandated to address every A-level student with the prefix auntie before their first names. Student riot. Edea College witnessed its first protest and riot when the school served the students maize pudding wrapped in green leaves and stewed vegetables. Akasan in Edo language or Eko in Yoruba language. The students unanimously refused to touch dinner that day, and there was a lot of protest and chaos. Policemen had to be called in to maintain order. The law officers, cops, were handicapped in their duties as present. Amongst the students were children of police commissioners, police chiefs, state governors, to include Dorothy, the daughter of the then Bendel state governor himself, and high-ranking federal and state government officials. They could not afford to hurt any child. Bread had to be urgently delivered that night with sardines to placate the dissatisfied but highly indulged students, and school was immediately shut down and all students sent home. That was the first and last time that menu showed up in the dining hall. R.E.B. Howard, Principal Extraordinaire. In 1976, Miss R.E.B. Howard took on the mantle of principal. In her tenure, much more discipline was enforced. Plucking any flower earned you an immediate expulsion if caught. Every student had to walk briskly, smartly, or better still, run. School poem. Our Bible knowledge teacher, Reverend W.O. O'Harin, now of blessed memory, composed and taught us to compulsory recite a poem which reads, "Good girls don't throw useless things on the ground. They always take them to the dustbin. A girl who throws useless things on the ground is a very, very bad girl indeed. She will surely make her own house dirty, and everyone there will be sick." Pictures of Dress Down Day, Sunday, the hibiscus flower. Labor Day. You had to be in Form 3 to wear your hair long or have on any plaits or braids. Labor Day was introduced. Monday was Labor Day, and every student had to cut a portion of grass around their dormitories. Laundry staff were immediately dismissed, and students had to launder their clothes themselves with their own hands and iron them. Iron and detergents therefore became part of our school supplies. Pictures of Labor Day. Uniforms. Idea College uniforms comprised of the Monday to Friday classroom uniforms, house dresses for after-school hours, checkered and in varying colors to depict the color of the house the student was in, and the ceremonial outing uniforms, which we wore to our official outings to include inter-school competitions and state activities, and march past at the State Ope Stadium.
Don't you know us? Don't you know us? We are Idia girls. Don't you know us? Don't you know us? We are Idia girls. If you want to know us, you must learn our motto. If you want to know us, you must learn our motto. Honesty, determination, and initiative is our motto. Honesty, determination, and initiative is our motto. Don't you know us? Don't you know us? We are Idia girls. Idia girls are superior. Idia girls are superior. Ebenine, ebenine. Idia girls are superior. Idia girls are superior. Ebenine, 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 ebenine. Idia girls are superior. Idia girls are superior. Ebenine, ebenine. Idia girls are superior. Idia girls are superior. Ebenine, 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 ebenine.
Ope Stadium. We would walk in a file of 3 to 4 students per row in our outing uniforms, excellently laundered, starched and ironed purple sleeveless V-neck dress with a matching purple fabric, buckled belt, and an inner hot pink short sleeve inner blouse with baby collar, and adorn a matching shade purple felt beret with the school's logo. On the close to 5-mile march to the stadium. It never seemed like much walk then because there were brief breaks when we could spend some of the pocket money, allowance, our parents had given us towards the purchase of candies, cookies, and more. Also, it was an exciting opportunity to just get out the 4 walls of our boarding school. Those were the jolly days. Virtual tour. The Idia College we knew and attended, the vision that was birthed, the vision that informed and formed us, spanned from Iwerhem Street to Iaro Appian Way. The ambience was captivating. The well-manicured and tended landscape was outstanding. Driving in through the Iwerhem Gate, on the right these were all wooden buildings. 2 cubicles that housed the A-level students. It accommodated 2 A-level students each per room. The navy blue house. Here the gigantic school bell stood majestically. The brown house, the yellow house, the pink house. Further down was the school refectory, dining hall. It had a subsection that was exclusively for the A-level students. The school kitchen and the domestic warden's office, the school laundry. Our founding school matron, domestic warden, was beloved Mrs. Mukoro. On the left-hand side, we had a strip of the junior staff quarters where we all sneaked to purchase oven-fresh bread and chilled sodas for our thermos. There was the Iwerhem Gate strip of the senior staff quarters that housed the residences of the domestic warden, Mrs. Mukoro, which was the first residence, and other teaching staff who also doubled as house mistresses. Across and directly adjacent to these staff residences were other dormitories. These were all brick buildings, viz. Green House, Blue House, and Red House. Across from these houses on the other side were the school's assembly hall, the chemistry lab, the physics lab. Further down the assembly hall corridor was a classroom block for forms 1 to 3, otherwise known as 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classrooms. Night prep. On the left-hand side across the fence was a white garment cherubim and seraphim church that on an uncountable number of occasions, during their numerous worship services and activities, coupled with a quietness that had to be maintained in the classroom, especially at nighttime during the evening prep. If by any chance a student made the error of dragging her desk on the floor in a bid to either stand up or be more comfortable in her seating, would send immediate chills and fears through our childlike spines and cause a commotion and stampede at night prep in the whole school, and would most oftentimes than not find students racing for their lives from the classroom block to the dormitories in the dark. The principal and resident teachers would immediately swoop in to maintain order and safety. Across from the forms 1 to 3 classroom block, we had the music room, the teacher's staff room, the vice president's office, and the principal's office. Now back to Iwerhem Gate. End of the tour. All roads were tarred. Driving down from Iwerhem Gate, past the navy blue house and brown house, brought you to the principal's house. Directly opposite the brown house was the biology lab, which permanently had Mr. Tandon, an Indian teacher, at work at all times. We also had Mrs. Obraya as our biology teacher. There was also the home economics room where we were taught practical cooking lessons and some sewing. There was the office of the school resident nurse, a certified and licensed senior nursing officer, RN, was permanently deployed by the State Ministry of Health to the school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily to attend to the medical needs of the students. She had the authority to give students exits or permission slips to go to the specialist hospital for further medical attention if she deemed it fit. We remember Mrs. Omukeom and Mrs. Osemwangi. Across the road from the office of the school nurse was a sick bay which had some beds for those who were unwell and had to be temporarily under observation or medication. Directly opposite the principal's house and the biology lab, on the other end, was our school swimming pool. Virtual tour and games period. A tour from the Iaro Gate would usher you into the Appian Way. Appian Way housed another set of quarters. Every teaching staff that resided on the school premises had the responsibility of the oversight of a dormitory. Appian Way housed the residences of Mr. and Mrs. Tandon, Indian, Mrs. Bashan, Indian, Mrs. Nweman, Mrs. Oboe, Mr. Kazi, Pakistan. Further down, we had the vice principal's residence, Mrs. Taiwo Akinlui Akileme. Driving down was the volleyball court on the right-hand side. Past the volleyball court was a short exit that led to our famous games field. Our games field was famous. It was a mini stadium with racetracks, a bowl and seating areas, Our inter-house sports were great and exciting events. Extremely colorful with the colors of the sashes of the competing houses and the uniforms and house dresses. Games period was compulsory. It was compulsory for every student to have some form of recreation or play every day from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Many stadium and sports opportunities. Besides the racetracks on our games field, our field housed a professional basketball court. Games available to us for play included basketball, javelin, high jump, long jump, short put, relay races, hurdles, hockey, cricket, badminton, lawn tennis, table tennis, and swimming. Our games field had its own external gate as outsiders would rent our games field for their inter-house sports competition events, or churches would rent our games field for their crusades. Prominent amongst these crusades was that of Archbishop Benson Idahosa of the Church of God Mission International. Our rich school. Our school was not only rich in education, it was rich in drama, arts, and culture, and it was rich in sports. Beyond the volleyball court was a little circle or roundabout, the right-hand side of which housed a strip of classroom blocks for forms 4 to 5, also known as the 9th and 10th grades. Each class grade, or most, had homerooms, A to D, 4A, 4B, 4C, and 4D. By Form 4, the classrooms were clearly defined as either pure arts or pure sciences, or a combination of both without the physics. Class 4A was pure arts. Classes 4B and 4C were a combination of some form of science, chemistry maybe, what you would rightly call the social sciences. Class 4D was pure science. Physics, chemistry, biology were compulsory subjects in this class, in addition to other subjects to include math and English. Students in this classroom did not have any business with home economics or fine art. They were very serious scholars and the principal loved them. ACE School. Behind this strip of classroom block was our art room and our A-levels classrooms. A-levels was 11th and 12th grades. We took a lot of pride in our school. We excelled in sports, we excelled in drama, we excelled in literary and debating competitions. We excelled in arts and culture. It was a taboo to be a student of Edea College and speak any form of incorrect English or mix your tenses incorrectly. When the Joint Universities Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, examinations results were released, practically every 11th and 12th grade A-level students passed and got admission into the university. There was a year those left in class to continue the A-levels were 2 students out of over 30 students. Successful students had their names published in national newspapers with admissions to the best universities in Nigeria. Our pride. That was our great school, our pride, the vision that informed our orientation and molded us. School rundown. Presently, the standard that was put in place has been greatly compromised with, and the structures and facilities in the school are either so run down or have become extinct. Our games field is no more. That property has been lost to another school. Our swimming pool and other sports facilities are no more. The buildings are all dilapidated. The schools are leaking. The girls have no hiding place in the rain. The roads are no longer tarred. They are very dusty and filled with very crooked potholes and weed. The boarding facilities are almost extinct. The 6 dormitories have been reduced to just 1. And even at that, there is absolutely no security for the girls. Fences are broken down. The dilapidated gates are left to the mercy of vulcanizers to man at will. Trespassers go in and out of the school premises with reckless abandon. Hawkers and traders have moved their businesses and trade to the school premises with an invitation to treat to buyers and passers-by alike. To include cultist infringement, which led to a shootout on one occasion between the cultists and the police while school was in session. Anchor holes in the storm. Despite the state of affairs of the present-day Edea College, it is still the most sought-after government girls' school in Edo State. They still have the best stock of teachers. Demand outweighs available resources. The influx of the demand of parents for their daughters to attend the school cannot accommodate the supply of the resources present at the school. This saw students sitting on the floor to take lectures. Beacon of temporary hope. Fortunately, the past couple of years saw some semblance of order being restored under the administration of the former governor of Edo State, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. Idia College today. Today there are functioning standard classrooms, a new assembly hall, physics lab, comfortable boarding facilities for almost 100 students, and 2 administrative school halves, Idia Junior and Idia Senior, which makes for more effective operations. Pictures of Idia College today. Security risk, a marketplace within the school compound. The dining hall. Classroom. Dormitory. The classroom block. Appian Way. Famous Appian Way derelict. 200 classroom desk sets were donated by ICOGA in Europe. Senior Secondary School, Mrs. Ishobe Ogbepo. Principal Idia College Senior School. Senior Secondary School statistics. Student population is 2,178 and teacher population is 59. Vice Principals, Mr. Osawaru, Mr. W. Adia, Mr. E. Erabor, Mr. Ezozobor. Junior Secondary School. Principal, Idia College Junior Secondary School. Junior Secondary School statistics. Student population, 3,400. Teacher population, 81. Non-teaching staff, 7. Vice Principals, Mr. D.O. Odion, Mrs. F.O. Edo, Mr. L.O. Obo, Mrs. V.I. Obamwani. Idia College alumni. Setting up of national bodies of old students all over the world is highly encouraged for a more coordinated and consolidated support of our alma mater. The North America National is the 3rd national office to join the College Old Girls Association worldwide. Other national offices are located in Nigeria and London, UK, respectively. Queen Pastor Oma Gandhi Olaoye, founding president of ICOGA North America 2013 to 2018, officially launched the Idia College Old Girls Association North America in October 2013, in collaboration with other queens present, including DC, Maryland, Virginia, DMV, Boston, New Jersey, and Atlanta chapters, to which a toast was given, and all present unanimously and joyously raised their wine glasses in unison to toast their beloved alma mater. Inauguration pictures. Pictures of a toast to ICOGA North America. Pictures of ICOGA North America in the Nigerian Embassy, Washington, D.C. The Chancery Grounds, a queenly tradition. We want our glory back. In partnership with the government and the different chapters of ICOGA around the world, we aim to restore our pride, imprint a legacy, bring our school to an uncompromised standard that our generations can attend, identify with, and continue the proud heritage of an undying queenly tradition. Restore the pride of the Idia girl. Pledging with pride to be honest, determined, and full of initiative in all our endeavors. Encouraging excellence in character and excellence in academic performance amongst the students and teachers. How can you help us? Security, books and supplies, scholarship, support a project, corporate or individual sponsorship, volunteer your skills for teachers' professional training and seminars, sponsor an award, Viz Awards, sponsor a name-branded award, Principal's Endowment Fund, sponsor a student scholarship fund, sponsor a project endowment fund, sponsor a non-branded award, equipment and supplies for academic, arts, and athletics, innovations to the curricular offerings, experiential learning opportunities locally, nationally, and globally, donation of upgrade to instructional technology, maintenance of the Edea College compound and facilities, professional development for faculty and staff, compensation, scholarships and awards to outstanding and exemplary students, compensation and benefits for the talented and dedicated teachers, etc. So far, 2013 to 2018, ICOGA North America has donated bathroom and toilets, 2 buildings, the Appian Way Gate. This is in addition to several other projects that ICOGA Europe and ICOGA Nigeria have donated to the school. Much longer way to go. We have not even scratched the surface in the effort to give Edea College the overhaul that it needs. Please support our efforts. ICOGA Cares. Community outreach. ICOGA, besides being a pillar of support to its alma mater, it has a tradition of reaching out to its immediate community. ICOGA North America visited the Interfaith Works Women's Shelter in Rockville, Maryland, and donated pillows, water, and tissue boxes to all the residents.
The mother witch. Shugu shugu. Let's say we offend the mother witch.
Good day, Queens. I hope you're having a great time on the cruise. Today is my birthday and I'm having some fun and I'm tired. But I have been doing well in rehab and I made progress with some movements, my hands and foot. Hope to join you all soon. Thank you, bye. And thanks to all the visits and encouragement and the birthday wishes. Stay blessed, okay? Bye.
As an ICOGA community, the support for our association demonstrates our commitment to the school today and to future generations of women whose Edea College experience will inspire them to make a difference in a complex and changing world. Each year, all members of ICOGA community make the ICOGA Ball a philanthropic priority, and we are proud of the strong support from our current Old Girls constituent groups and friends of our school. We inspire continued queenly traditions and support, and we strive to provide continuing value to the Edea College experience. If you are interested in helping, please fill out the envelope in front of you or contact us at info@icogana.org. ICOGA Global maintains an administrative office and a staff administrator on the premises of Edea College, Benin City. Our prayers and gratitude for your support. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.